Hey everybody, Ethan here with Standing Stone, and this is Thunder. He just finished as a utility prize 1, and for those of you that don't know, that is a NAVHDA test. It's a tough test, but because he's a prize 1 utility dog, he will get an invite to go to the Invitational next year. A big part of that test and a difficult part is the blind retrieve. Now, when you talk to retrievers and retriever trainers, because I don't generally talk to retrievers, just the trainers of the retrievers, they say the blind is easy. And generally speaking, from what retrievers can do, it is an easier blind, but these are versatile dogs. Their brains don't work the same. The process isn't the same, but we're going to show you how we prepare him for this, more in the direction of the way that a retriever would learn to run blinds. This first video in a series of multiple coming up here with Thunder is going to be revisiting our pile work, okay? He needs to understand that. We're going to use some en route pressure, all right? The other side of it then, in the next video, we're gonna actually be working on hand signals, what that looks like and how to kind of fine tune that process. Now, the caveat to this before you get started, if you have a versatile dog and you're watching this video going, yes, I'm going to teach my dog hand signals, I want to tell you to start with, we're going to probably need to modify some of this along the way because these are independent brains. Shorthairs, other versatile dogs, they're designed to be independent from us, working in the field. Retrievers are designed to be dependent and cooperative. So the training is different, the approach is different. Thunder's gonna demo for us, but this guy, I wanna tell you, first and foremost, is a very special dog that has an extremely large desire to work, specifically in the retrieving department. So to begin with, you see I've got a couple poles out here. These two on the sides, they're going to be no help for us today. We're going to establish a pile. Now, when we establish this pile, it's important that the bumpers are near these poles. The poles are gonna help us in the future, but they don't need to be touching. You can call this salting the area. Look at this. We got a little pepper in there too with some of these flashers, but we are salting the area. I want a good number of bumpers here. And on top of this, I want this to be a mowed field. This is drills that you can do at a baseball field or at a park or in your own yard if you've got a big enough yard. The rest of these we probably don't really need. I'm gonna get them out of here. We got a lot of bumpers down there. All right, so in this process, we're going to start to send him to the back pile. I want to make a transition. Currently, he understands fetch. He also understands thunder. Those, his name we would use for marks, and fetch we would use in our general ask of picking something up. We need to make a transition from fetch to back. Back is what we're going to use as our back hand signal. We're also going to be able to use overcasts in the future. That's going to help him. The blind for the test is 150-ish yards across. You all right, bud? 150-ish yards across open water. And ultimately, he needs to go across and pick up a duck. But if he gets offline, it will be very helpful to be able to cast him left or right, or give him the additional confidence to say, yeah, buddy, you got to keep going back. So we're going to teach him this. He's not going to, at the end of this process, look like a retriever, but follow along. First step today, we're going to be working on picking some of these up. We're going to start a little closer to the pile, and then I'll work right back into this zone, sending him to this pile. Thunder here, heel, good. So to start with, we have collar pressure ready. I said we're going to use some en route force, okay? Or en route pressure, excuse me. And though we just set those there, they are very much easy for him to see. We're going to establish our pile. Heel. I am getting just a little bit scattery as I go through this, and I want to make sure everybody is prepared for this. Prerequisites, okay? Dog needs to be collar conditioned to fetch. That means completed our trained retrieve process. There's a course on our website. If you have either the retriever, the versatile course, or the trained retrieve course, it walks through step by step how to do that. I hope that you've sent some calls up with me so that I can help guide you, but you need to have that done first, all right? Now, what we're going to be doing is just reminding him of what he already knows, which is fetching with the collar. Good, fetch, nick, nick, there you go. You don't have to say nick. I'm trying to make sure you know when I'm applying pressure. Good boy. Now, I said we need to make a transition between fetch, which he very easily went on, and back. So I'm going to start sending him. If he's confused, we'll switch back and forth. That's how these transitions work. Good. Heel. Good. Back. Well, he is in the mindset of fetching, so that looked really easy. Good. You can see he's done a lot of retrieving, all right? He comes right back into a heel. This is not a puppy. This is an adult dog that's mature, that loves to pick things up. Good. Back, back, back. Every time I said the word back, I hit the nick button on the collar. Good dog. He is feeling collar pressure as I'm saying back, and he's driving to the pile. This is, let's do a couple more here. Heel. Good. Back, back, back. Good dog. Good boy. Good. Good. No, heel. No, heel. Establishing the pile again every once in a while. This is going to be a tip that works for all dogs, but it's very important for our versatile dogs. Doing too many of these reps. You're not going to come out here and do 30 or 40 or 50 reps with the average dog. You're going to need to do a handful. Do them consistently. Every day we do a few. It's fun. Good. Back, back, back. Good dog. All right, so he's got a good understanding of this. Shh, stop that. Heel. This is a little hiccup that I'm going to have to work on. As soon as I took that bumper, he jumps out here. He's excited about it. Keep an eye on stuff that's happening. We'll have to fix it. Now is not the time, though. Now, I'm going to go up just a little bit in pressure. At some point in time during this process, we're going to have to use a little bit more. As we do this, it's kind of proofing the collar process, okay? So I've gone up just a little bit. I went from a 1 to a 3. That's a little bit additional for him. He doesn't take a lot. He's kind of a softie. Good. Back, 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 back. Good. One little vocalization. He also, good. Heel. So one little chirp here, heel. But that said, and some pop / hesitation at the beginning. I said back, I hit the button. He went, whoa, wait a second, am I supposed to heel or what? No, go. And then he felt it again. En route, there was a little bit of pressure. We don't need to do any more than that. That was a reminder. Hey, even if the pressure turns up just a little bit, in this context, when I ask you to go back, that's what it means, all right? So this is the first step to revisit this driving to a pile category, which is part of the end zone in the trained retrieve process. He's got a good understanding of that. The next thing that we're going to be working on, and I'll show this in a separate video, we need to work on whistle stop, okay? Does that mean sit? Does that mean whoa? That's going to be dependent on you and your dog. For most versatile dogs, I'm going to say whistle to whoa. That's a great idea. He's got a good understanding of some sitting work in regards to this process too. So he may sit. We'll cover that in this video, but in this next video, but keep an eye out for the whistle stop video. We've done now our driving to a pile category. And now once we have those two pieces done, we'll be ready to move into this mini T drill with the little white posts and all of our fun little bumpers. This is Thunder. I'm the guy with the pink gun. Folks, we will see you in his next video.